Let's take you then back to one of our top stories, of course, that is the fire that is burning on the mountains of the Garden Route National Park. Let's bring in JP Louw, and he's SANParks Head of Communications and the spokesperson there. JP, thank you so much for your time. So we understand that the fire burning on the mountains of the Garden Route National Park is still active, but you are saying that an overnight counterburn was successful and all trigger points have been safeguarded. Just talk to us about what is the current situation now and what are efforts at the moment.
Yes, Nati, good afternoon, and thank you also for having us. I think correctly, as you are saying, we are approaching this really as a controlled burn, not so much as a wildfire. And in that respect, then have been seeking to direct the fire to go in the direction of what we want. And when we say that all the trigger points have been safeguarded, basically what we're saying is no human life, no property generally is under threat, vegetation generally. Of course, it would be somewhat affected, but not as severe as it could be if this was a wildfire. And as we speak now, we're expecting that the burns will be moving towards the north. And it's also predicted that tomorrow, on Wednesday, there might be some growings in the area. And we're hoping that really that will assist us further in putting down the fire.
So, JP, just to confirm, there has really been no damage to infrastructure, as you are saying. So there is really no extent of damage left by this lightning strike.
Well, you can't say there's been zero effect. Fire by its very nature has some sort of effect in any instances. But what we are saying is this is not the kind of fire where you can say buildings have burned down, people's property, cars, or those sorts of things have been damaged, where people are, to a great extent, being negatively affected to continue with the day-to-day life. So that's not the kind of incident that we have happening at the moment, something that we're obviously quite very grateful for as we speak right now. But yes, correctly, as you are saying, there hasn't been much damage to property or infrastructure at the moment.
And are you saying that there is a huge chance of rain falling in that particular region? How confident then are firefighters that will be enough to basically extinguish this fire completely as it stands?
You can never predict nature to that level, Onati. You yourself would know you can sleep tonight and the weather report can say to you tomorrow will be extremely cold. And then there it drizzles out of the blue. So we can't make some predictions, but what we have received so far as reports give us some hope that this will help us in the fight against this fire, hopefully to the point of zero, or at least at a very minimalistic level, to the point of making it unnecessary for us to invest as much as maybe make this point as well, because I do think it's a useful point to say that when we do deal with things like fire, we do this in partnership with other role players in all of our parts generally. In this particular case, we are working through a joint operational command where we ourselves, SANParks, are sitting with the Southern Cape Fire Protection Association as well as the Ocean. So together, we've been coordinating using aerial resources which have been deployed throughout, and also, of course, on-site interventions.
Yeah.
So I'm quite confident from the partnership level that things are going well. The coordination day-to-day, looking at progress, and of course being able to look at the weather and say this weather looks like might be playing in our park. The fire is going the direction we want towards the north. But it is this. We are checking it literally by the minute.
All right, JP, thank you so much for that. I'm afraid not a very good line, but of course that was JP Louw, and that is the spokesperson of SANParks, who's talking about this ongoing fire then on the mountains of the Garden Route National Park. Overnight, JP telling us there that officials then let a counter burn, which was successful, and all trigger points have now been safeguarded. Of course, we'll continue then to monitor that particular story.